Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you the full breakdown of my complete, balanced, holistic, hybrid running program that I designed for myself to kick off my running journey. If you're new around here, I had not run a mile in about 13 years. Not particularly proud of that. Do find it kind of funny though, just because fitness is my personality. But I could not run to save my life, literally. But I ended up in a sticky situation, ended up making a deal with the universe, and now I have to learn how to run 10 miles. And when I made this decision to start running, I was seeing a lot of advice and getting a lot of advice from people of like, just start running, like just go out and run. For some reason that just didn't sit well with me. Like I was like, there has to be a reason that almost 80% of runners get injured every single year, and why so many long-term runners have long-term chronic injuries and pain. And you would also never say that for like literally any other sport or movement. Like, you don't know how to swim? Just go swim. Don't know how to squat? Just go throw some weight on your back and try to squat. Like, that is a recipe for, at best, extreme inefficiency, and at worst, a lot of injury. And the thing is, running is a very natural human movement. We are designed to be amazing, efficient, long distance runners. Running mechanically should feel natural and good. It shouldn't feel like you're kind of forcing your body to do a thing. It should feel good. And that is, in theory, I haven't gotten to this place yet, but in theory, what can happen when you have strength built in the proper places and when you have really good form. So kicking off my running journey, that is what I wanted to prioritize. I didn't just want to go out there and just run and like hope it went well. Especially because knowing I have a lot of structural imbalances in my body already, so like naturally my form is not gonna be 100% correct anyway. But I wanted to give myself the best possible chance of getting to that place where running could be not just mentally enjoyable, but physically enjoyable as well, because it felt like a natural human movement. And so that is why I have designed my beginning running program the way that I have. It's not just running, it has a lot of different components to it to help build up that very run specific strength, to help work on mobility and flexibility so that I can optimize my form, and then also so that I can actually run. So I'm about to walk you guys through my whole running program and show you the exact workouts that I do week to week. And this program is divided into, I guess, 4 parts, you could say. The first one is running, because that is important to learn how to run. You actually do have to run, unfortunately. And my goal for this like phase 1 of my own training was essentially to get to being able to run a 5K. So starting from complete scratch, haven't run a mile in 13 years, to getting to about 5K or about 3 miles. And then part 2 of the program is strength training to help me maintain the muscle that I have and build strength in specific places to help with my running form and efficiency. Part 3 I call functional training, and this is more to get like little specific exercises in there that are gonna help with running but aren't running or aren't strength training. So it's kind of just like everything else that's useful, just like put together into a workout. And then part 4 is mobility. I'm not very mobile, not very flexible. This is something that I have been trying to work on, something that I'm really bad at, and something that will definitely carry over into my running form to help it be more efficient. And then for each of these 4 parts, I'm kind of doing a workout and a half and then puzzled that together. I guess the runs are, it's 3 runs, and then for strength training, mobility, and functional training, I do a full workout of that. So like one day, that's literally all I'm doing. And then on another day, I do a run and half of one of those things. So the quick overview before I show you the actual workouts is Monday is a run followed by half of a lower body workout. It's like 20 to 30 minutes of a lower body workout. Tuesday is just a functional workout. Wednesday is a run followed by mobility work for like 20 to 30 minutes. Thursday is a complete lower body workout. and then Friday is a run followed by half of a functional workout, so like 20 to 30 minutes of functional work. I'll show you what that means. And then Saturday is, I originally programmed it as an hour. It's honestly been 20 to 30 minutes of yoga / mobility work. And really quick, before I show you my actual workouts, today is a very exciting day because today is the day of early bird registration for my course, Fat Loss 101. If you are on the wait list, make sure you check your email to get a huge discount to sign up for the course. And spaces are limited, so if you wanna make sure you guarantee yourself a spot in the course, definitely make sure you sign up during early bird registration. And if you're seeing this late and missed early bird registration, never fear, because regular registration is open from January 1st through January 9th. So registration closes on January 9th. So if you want to get in, make sure you get in before then, or else you're gonna miss out. This is the most comprehensive program out there on how to lose fat in a healthy, sustainable way. It comes with group coaching. If you've ever wanted to work with me on how to lose fat, this is your opportunity to do so. I will be in the group. I will be answering every single one of your questions. There will be monthly live workshops where we can sit down and actually have a little chit chat in case there's anything that you want to go into deeper. And I am so excited for this second round of the course. I had so much fun with the first group of students and they got amazing results, both physical and mental. Like honestly, as a coach, for me, that is the coolest thing to see, is watching people's just mindset around health, fitness, and their bodies just totally shift as they go through my courses, because I emphasize a holistic approach and I emphasize prioritizing health first and then letting the aesthetics follow. And when people can actually learn to trust that and then see the results that they get from that, it's just like, I did a poll on Instagram the other day asking how many years your New Year's resolution has been to lose weight, and 52% of people said it was 5 or more years that they've been making the same resolution to lose weight. If you are in that camp and you want to not have to set that resolution ever again, I cannot recommend signing up for Fat Loss 101 enough. Like, it is specifically designed to help you not only lose fat and get to your goals, but also put you in a place to be able to keep it off forever, rather than so many of the weight loss programs that pop up in the new year that are designed for super quick weight loss that are not at all designed to help you keep the weight off, and you will regain all of the weight within a month or 2 or 3, or definitely by the next year. Like, there's a reason that so many people fail at losing weight. It's not you. It's not your fault. It's programs being super predatory because they just want to get you quick results so that you keep buying stuff from them. And then you blame yourself when you regain the weight, when in reality, the program itself did not set you up for success. Like, if you do a weight loss program and you regain the weight after, barring like some crazy life change, like, yeah, I don't know, if you get pregnant and your hormones get all messed up, like that's a completely separate situation. But like, barring that, if a program gets you to lose weight and then you regain the weight within the year, the program didn't do its job. I am really rambling here. Clearly I'm passionate about this. But long story short, I wrote an entire course, extremely comprehensive. The textbook version of the course is, I think, almost as long as the second Harry Potter book. So you get what you're paying for as far as information goes. It's very comprehensive, and I think it could change a lot of people's lives. So if you do want to sign up for it, make sure you go to fatloss101.com and you can register until January 9th. Anyway, check it out, rant over. Without further ado, let's get into my full week of workouts in my beginner running program, designed to not only help me learn to run, but also learn to run in an efficient and effective way and build the strength that I need to in order to prevent injury. Workout 1 after my warm-up starts with a run. This entire week I was aiming for approximately 2 miles, although my plan was to go a little bit farther if I could make it. But this day I was exhausted. I just did not get a good night's sleep the night before, so I think I made it about 1.25 miles, and then I did some walk jogging, and then I kind of just gave up because my body was tired and I needed to listen to that. And then after I finished flailing around on the treadmill, I had my lower body resistance training session. And for my day 1 workout, this takes about half an hour because I just spent 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill anyway, so I'm not gonna do like a full hour-long resistance training session after that. Not trying to overtrain here. My goal with my resistance training that I have programmed in to this week of workouts is mostly just to lift for maintenance. I'm not trying to lose muscle as I run, so I'm just trying to really get in as much volume as I need to not start losing muscle. Particularly, I don't want to lose the little bootay that I have grown. So a lot of the exercises that I have programmed in are really revolving kind of around lower body, particularly the glutes and the posterior chain. That's why with this workout, we're starting out with deadlifts and then hip thrusts, and then we have some hamstring curls and machine abductions. And so all of that is really hitting the glutes, hitting the hamstrings, basically making sure I don't lose the little gains that I've made. And again, with this workout that I actually filmed, I was exhausted. Usually I would be using a lot more weight for these exercises, but after I kind of failed at my run, I was like, okay, we're just gonna take it super easy today. So I just did stuff with dumbbells instead of barbells and went a lot lighter on the weights. I was just trying to listen to my body. Someone actually asked me a question in a comment the other day to give an example of how you can scale back your training and be more gentle when you are stressed or are more tired, or if you're in a phase of your menstrual cycle that your body is needing to slow down a little bit. Like, this is what I do. Like, normally I'd be deadlifting at least like 135 pounds, but this was like, I don't know, about a 50-ish pound dumbbell. Normally I'd be hip thrusting at least a whole 135, but instead I switched to single leg hip thrust and just did 10 pounds. So I really scaled it back to what felt like was still challenging for my body in the moment, but not anything that was just going to fatigue me beyond being able to recover well. So moving right along to day 2, the next day of my running program is a full day of kind of more functional training. And I don't want to get into the semantics of what counts as functional training or not, because honestly, like, one could argue the squat is the most functional exercise, but this is just like conventionally what one might think of as functional training. And in the context of this program, the function of this training is to contribute to the function of my body as I run. So these are all exercises that are put in to help strengthen my body in certain ways that will directly improve my ability to run in some capacity or another. So as such, I have a lot of single leg exercises in here, and then a lot of exercises that also incorporate some amount of knee driving movement and balance and stability. And those are all things that are really helpful to work on if you're running, because when you're running, you are driving your knee. You're only on one leg at a time, so you really are having to balance and stabilize yourself. And then also a lot of the exercises require just like a lot more endurance than traditional like strength training or resistance training. Like, the first exercise that I start out with is a single leg Romanian deadlift to reverse lunge complex with knee drive and calf raise. Like, that is a lot to do on one leg over and over and over. And so it's really helped building up endurance in the muscles that are helping stabilize and drive through that movement. I also wanted to use the functional training workouts to put in exercises that are specific to my body and what I need to work on when it comes to running. So when I did my running consultation weeks ago, I was told that essentially my hip flexor's pretty darn weak, which makes it really hard to run. And so that's why I put in so much like knee driving exercises, because I'm really trying to strengthen my hip flexors and their ability to drive my knees up and forward to propel myself forward. And then also a lot of these exercises being more stability focused, I am really focusing on engaging my core, which is also something that I don't naturally think to do when I run. And so that's just something that I've kind of programmed in to practice during these functional training workouts. And then along those lines, I've kind of been adapting my functional training workouts as I've been going through these week after week and kind of swapping out exercises as I've found that certain things are helping more, certain things have been a lot less helpful. Like this workout that I'm showing you now is not the exact same workout as when I started. I've swapped a couple exercises to just be more specific to my body. And then I ended the functional training sessions with some animal flow. Honestly, it's mostly just in there because I've been looking for an excuse to program in some animal flow because I love it and I really want to get a lot better at it. But also I've found that it's kind of like superpower yoga, right? Like it's a lot of mobility work, but in a much more kind of strength and endurance focused way. And it honestly kind of feels like full body cardio. Like I do one flow that takes me about a minute and another flow that takes me about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. And at the end of it, I am panting and my whole body has been super activated. And as you will see, this is kind of the only upper body work that I'm doing. My upper body is very engaged while doing animal flow, but I don't have any other intentional upper body work programmed in. And that's mostly because honestly, like if I lose a little bit of muscle in my arms, I'm not really gonna complain. And I'd rather focus more on making sure I don't lose lower body muscle. Maintaining my upper body is just much less of a priority for me right now, and so I just haven't wasted precious workout programming space on that. But the animal flow does hit the upper body real hard, so I am getting just a sprinkling of it in there on the functional training days. My next workout in this program is a run followed by a mobility slash kind of stretchy session. So after doing my full warm-up, I started out with my run. In case anyone is curious, yes, I have been exclusively running on a treadmill for now. My goal is ultimately to be able to run outside at some point. But first of all, I want to spend some time building the foot strength for that since I do run in minimalist shoes. And second of all, I feel like it's actually been really helpful to run on a treadmill to learn my pacing a little bit better, because I'm pretty sure that if I went and just tried to run outside, I would either run way too fast and then gas out really quickly, or run way too slow and then just get mentally way too tired and not be able to finish. So it's really helpful to have the treadmill there kind of set the pace for me and figure out my own pacing. And then I think once I'm feeling a little bit more confident with all that, I would absolutely love to shift to running outside a little bit more. And then after my run, you think I would love this because I just, you know, ran and did a really hard thing that I'm really proud of myself for, and now I get to relax and just stretch and do mobility. But honestly, this is like my least favorite workout because second to cardio, I hate stretching. It's just like painful and you're not even doing anything. You're just like sitting there in the pain. But that is precisely why I really need to do it, is because I really never do it. And so that is where I have the most potential for growth. Also, my mobility and flexibility aren't great. So making sure that I am doing this, I think, is really, really crucial. So I honestly really don't have a specific routine for this. I kind of just listen to my body and see what it needs. I set like a 20-minute timer just to hold myself accountable and make sure I actually do this for 20 minutes, or else I would literally do it for like 3 and then leave. But I set my timer. I do have a list of exercises for inspo, and I'll kind of just go through those and shift around and see what feels good with my movement. Like if I can tell that my hamstrings are a bit tight, I might spend a little bit more time doing various hamstring exercises, you know, standing and bending over, sitting and leaning over, doing like the one leg thing with the other leg tucked in, you know, all the various ways of stretching your hamstrings. Or like if I can tell that my hip flexors need a little bit more love, I'll spend a little bit more time doing that. I kind of just use this as time to play around with movement that is going to enhance my overall movement, you know, by stretching and working on mobility. And even though I feel like I'm doing my 2 least favorite things on this day, this ends up, unsurprisingly, being one of the days that I really feel the best physically walking away from. Like there have been a number of times that I have finished workout 3 and then just felt like I just did like an hour of meditation. Like I felt that same kind of clarity and space, but in my body. So that really tells me that even though I hate it, I really should be doing more of this. So it's good that I'm doing it. So workout 3, usually feel pretty darn good after, feel really refreshed, feel great. Workout 4, that's where it's at. I have been clearly dabbling in all different kinds of movement throughout this workout program, and now I can, with so much confidence, say that resistance training is just, that is the type of workout that my body just thrives on. Like, it's after workout 4 that I leave the gym feeling pumped, like feeling great, feeling energized, feeling that post-workout serotonin coursing through my veins. I love a good resistance training session, especially leg day, which this is. So with workout 4, again, really just focusing on lifting for maintenance, trying to not lose the leg muscle that I got, the booty muscle that I got. So I got a lot of glute dominant and posterior chain dominant exercises. There's a reason I have 2 days of hip thrusts in this program, really trying to not lose the booty. But then also I put in some more strength-based knee drive and stability exercises. So like with the functional training, I do still want to use my strength training to enhance what I'm trying to do with my running. So I have single leg exercises in here that are helping me build a lot more strength, stability, balance, and all the things that are really gonna help translate to much more strength within each individual stride in my running, if that makes any sense. Because you can have all the cardiovascular endurance in the world, but if you don't have the strength to maintain good form as you continue to run, that's really when your body starts breaking down and you end up getting a bunch of injuries, which is extremely common for runners. So as much as like personally, my main goal for including the strength training is to not lose muscle mass in my lower body because of aesthetics, a big portion is also because it is going to help maintain that necessary strength to prevent injury, especially if I want to keep running, because maybe that's something that I'm gonna wanna do, maybe. But you know, I am not a running expert, but the more research that I do, the more I come to understand that a hybrid way of training is one of the best ways to prevent injury when you're running, and making sure to have that strength and stability and balance built throughout your body that you can maintain while running, the more you're going to be able to not be subject to injury. And while I'm running on a treadmill, it's probably a lot less important, but once I eventually start running outside and maybe through crowds of people where I'm having to dodge side to side, or on trails where it's not an even running path, that is particularly where having strength in those small muscles that help with balance and stability is really going to prevent injury. So workout 4 in particular, more so than the exercises I included for workout 1, is about 50% vanity exercises, in the sense that it's just for like maintaining my glutes and what little hamstrings that I have, and about 50% for building strength specific to running form. Workout 5 is half run, half functional training. So again, after my warm up, starting out with a run. This time I think I made it like 2.5-ish miles. I was very, very proud of myself. I hate to admit it, but I honestly am kind of loving this running journey a lot more than I thought I would be. I'm still not loving it, but like, I feel like I could potentially grow to love it. Don't really know what that would mean for me or what that would look like long term. We're just gonna take things one step at a time. Literally. So after my run's over, I go straight into about 20 to 30 minutes of functional training. And again, like I said, this is just focusing on a lot of little exercises that help my body in various ways with running. In this workout, I have some knee and hip mobility work, a lot more knee driving, lots and lots of knee driving. And then also some things that are gonna get my heart rate up a bit with the banded skaters and animal flow that come up again at the end. And as I said, these functional training workouts have kind of shifted as I have been going along this journey, and I think the direction that I'm about to start taking them is to add in more drills to support my foot strength and my barefoot running mechanics. And I think barefoot running is a whole other video topic, but essentially I have been only running in my very minimalist shoes from Vivo Barefoot. I actually just ordered a couple other pairs of like barefoot / minimalist-ish running shoes, and I'm very excited to try out. But as a whole, I'm not using like big cushiony running shoes. And the technique that you have to use to run with those is very different than technique that you can get away with when you have a
bunch of cushion in your shoe. And so I've been starting to dive deeper and dabble into specific drills that are good for building that foot strength that's necessary if you are going to be running in minimalist shoes. Especially, I would love to be able to like run by the beach, but that's going to be on concrete. And so I basically really need my feet to be strong enough to basically be their own built-in shock absorbers if I'm going to be running miles and miles on concrete. And so I'm going to be kind of shifting these functional workouts more towards making sure that I have that strength and functionality there in my feet and in my form as a whole. We don't want no weak feet over here. And then, not gonna lie, workout 6 almost didn't make it into the program, mostly because I wanted to have 2 full rest days in my program. First of all, like for my lifestyle, working out 5 days a week feels like a much better schedule than trying to cram 6 workouts a week into my busy schedule. And I've just always found like that's a very good frequency for me mentally as well. And then of course I also just didn't want to overtrain. Like if you're gonna work out 6 days a week, it's really hard to work out intensely 6 days a week and have your body recover from it unless you're doing everything right outside of that, like making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you're eating enough protein, making sure you're getting enough calories, doing all of the things to help your body recover, etc. So that's why this last workout in this program is much more gentle on my body. It's just yoga. And I originally wrote it in as like an hour of yoga. I have not done an hour of yoga. A single time that I've done a yoga workout, it's been about 20 to 30 minutes of yoga, and I've found that to be much better than trying to force my body to do an hour. The goal with my yoga sessions is to get my body moving through ranges of motion that are difficult for it, but obviously not like forcing it, just working on mobility through more difficult ranges of motion for my body. So ideally doing yoga sessions that are gonna help open up my hips, help with my hamstring flexibility, help with my ankle flexibility and mobility and all of that. I'm not trying to do power yoga. I'm not trying to like break a sweat with this yoga. I'm really trying to just do different yoga sessions that help with mobility and flexibility. And so what I found is going on YouTube and looking for like 20 to 30 minute morning yoga sessions. Those tend to be a lot more gentle and give my body what I'm really looking for in regards to this program. Not gonna lie, yoga is also something that is relatively hard for me to stick to. I have a tough time with endurance-y things and flexibility, stretchy mobility things. It's not fun. So a lot of this workout program is stuff that generally is not something I particularly enjoy physically because it's just more painful. Not because I hate it, just because it's honestly probably what my body should be doing, and so it's a little bit harder than the stuff that I've just been doing for years. But somehow, combining it with something else that I have always hated, i.e. running, has made it feel a lot more tolerable. I think this whole program has just already put me in the headspace of I can do hard things, I'm gonna do the hard thing, and my goal is to form, I guess, a better relationship with it. And so pairing yoga in here, which is not something that I would say that I hate, but definitely not something that I particularly enjoy doing, I'm already in that mindset of, I don't really love this, but I know it's really good for me, and I'm clearly seeing a lot of progress with this program, and so this is just going to help with that. And so it's actually been a lot easier to stick with yoga in this program for me specifically.
And there you have it. That is my full week of workouts on my very exciting running program. I am super excited for how this has been going for me. Probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I ran 3 miles for the first time the other day, and I'm super proud of myself. So now I'm gonna hang out here in the 2 to 3 mile range and really work on perfecting my form. I really want to see a chiropractor to kind of help with some of those imbalances, because there's only so much that I can do when it's structural issues. So if they can help by like 20 or 30%, that would be great. And for any runners who saw those clips of me running, you can probably tell my form is not great. So I am working on that. Like, this is absolutely a work in progress, and I would love to get to the point where my running gait feels a lot more natural, not only imbalance wise, but also I am running in barefoot minimalist shoes, and from the research that I've started doing, the technique with that is a little bit different than the technique with like Hoka's. And so I'm at the point now where like I've gone to 2 miles, I feel relatively comfortable with it, and now I'm gonna work on perfecting that and adding more drills into my functional training to help with the barefoot running specifically. If you guys want me to eventually ultimately make a video on like what I'm learning about barefoot running, let me know, but honestly I feel like nowhere close to enough of an expert right now to be able to give any good advice on that, but as I learn, I'm happy to share with you guys. And if there's any people watching that are expert barefoot runners, hit me up.
I mean, don't call me. I hate talking on the phone.
Send me a message on Instagram or leave a comment, whatever. Shoot me an email. Or if you have any good resources for learning about barefoot running form and all of that good stuff, that would be fantastic. Anywho, let me know if you have any questions. Do make sure you check out Fat Loss 101 and register today or before January 9th if you want to be able to like actually lose weight this year and not have to make that as a future resolution ever again. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts on my running journey, any future running themed videos that you want me to make, whatever it may be, we can talk about it. Let me know what you want me to talk about. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your running buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.